My name is Shrad.
And my name's Rita.
And this is Almost There?
Question mark?
We're back.
And so we wanted to first thank our partners who aren't actually partnering with us, but we hope that this will lead to a partnership, so we're just putting it out there. Incredible India. Thank you so much for being so incredible. You're just so good, and we would love sponsorship. So if you want to sponsor our podcast, our lives,
please reach out to us.
yeah.
But truly, what we wanted to step in before you listen to this whole podcast or watch it is just to let you know that this is one of those videos that we were talking about when we originally started the podcast, like our first episode. This is a video that was pre-recorded, and we will look different. I think we have a different background, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah. We will have opinions, and we will have given you basically our experience from when we had visited India like a while back, and this video was recorded maybe 2 years ago, so it's an old video, and we wanted to just give you that first bit because there is a part 2 version, because we just returned back from India recently and we had a completely different experience, but we wanted you to see both sides of the coin. So we just want to let you know, listen to it with a grain of salt, because our experiences have changed quite significantly, and we wanted to be super candid with you. So we hope you enjoy. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And
Thank you.
alright.
How do we do this?
I don't know. I gotta tell you something. This is the segue that I was gonna do. Before we started this, I was like, it's fine. I got it under control. I know how to get into the topic.
Yeah.
So, we got our tickets. I know.
Oh my God! Wait, I don't want to ask you that.
We can talk about the details later.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got our tickets. Okay, do you want to tell them what tickets we're fucking talking about?
Oh yeah. So we're going to India because it's my brother's wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And so everybody going to India.
We're flying over. Doing the whole fucking trek of a lifetime.
Legit.
Like, the hours to go to India is ridiculous.
It's like anywhere in Asia. At this point, I'm like, nothing phases me anymore in terms of like taking
Hours?
flights. Yeah.
Honestly.
Like, I don't care. Oh, people say like, oh, it's a 6-hour flight.
6 hours, okay.
That's a blessing.
Honestly. Some flights, like, I was looking at, like, you know, because I'm like trying to find a deal, like do whatever, 40 hours.
Oh.
40 hours.
I saw one for 50 hours. Can you imagine people actually doing that though?
Well, because like that ticket too, like I thought like a 40-hour flight would be $1,000, you know, just to keep it like humble. Let's humble them. Like 40 hours. That's over like almost 2 days of traveling just to go or come back or whatever. It was like $1,500.
Yeah. That's crazy.
It's insane. Like, hello?
But flight prices in general have increased a lot.
I know, it's crazy.
So anywhere you go in Asia is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's really exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Excited for you.
I'm so excited too. Also, the other thing is when you fly to India, like say for example you have a credit card and it's like like you have lounge passes or something. Do you know there's time limits in like some lounges?
Really?
So you can't stay there for like 8 hours.
Oh.
So if your layover is 8 hours, good luck to you. Like you'll probably be in there. Well, at least the ones that I have, they're like 3-hour passes.
Oh.
So I'm like, bro, like if somebody, it's ridiculous. I feel like if you're paying for a credit card and you have a lounge pass, like you should be able to be there forever.
Yeah.
But
Forever.
But then my coworker brought up a good point. He's like, well, some of them give you like free alcohol. So like, I think they're just scared of people like just drinking, getting like fucking like crazy and like overly drunk, which is fair, I guess. But
yeah. But like if people want to get drunk, on a flight because it just helps them cope, I think like that should be justified.
Yeah, but like you can't, like most of the time when they get like drunk, they go crazy.
Can you imagine like a bunch of just drunk ass people being on
a flight? Yeah,
I'd fucking hate everyone.
I would too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
anyways, this was the Shrad's little segue
Sug
it up segue to
our topic of discussion today. I don't know what you want. Like, there was no title.
Like India.
Okay, you just want me to say India?
Yeah,
okay, cool.
India.
India.
Go India.
Go India. What is it?
India Zindabad.
India. Bombay Zindabad.
But yeah.
Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, we wanted to talk about our experience with India because we have a lot of experiences, which I'm like really excited to talk about.
I feel like a lot of people from whoever like I've spoken to that are Indian, they don't really go to India as much as we have been to India, because I think we lived pretty close to India for a little bit as well, right? When we were younger.
Yeah.
And then since we came to Canada, it's not been as much, but most of our stories are from like childhood anyways.
Yeah, or like more recently too. It's like I feel like we have a story every time we go back. There's like something that happens that we're like, oh yeah, we're reminded of like what India is to us, I guess, now than what it used to be to us, I guess. But yeah, you're right. But I think that's more so people who are like born here. Yeah. People who aren't born here, I think they visit a lot.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like most people that I know here
that are born here, yeah,
like they don't like have. I guess there's not much of a connection as well because a lot of people's families and stuff are here.
Yeah, that's true.
So then it's like, you know, what is the point of going all the way to India unless you're doing a travel trip of just kind of like visiting different places?
Yeah. And
we don't get to really do much.
No, and I don't think like realistically, if I go back to India going forward, I don't think I would go unless like it's a wedding. Cause yeah, we have family there, like me specifically, I guess. Like, yeah, we have family there. I'm just not very close with my family there. So it's just hard for me to like, all we'll do is when we go there, we'll visit everybody, because obviously if we're not close with them, we want to say hi, we want to see you, do whatever with everybody. So like, I just feel like the only reason I'd go back is for a wedding, or the only reason I'd go back is for, especially with how expensive it is, bro. It's a whole arm and a leg. Like you're paying, the ticket itself is a whole fucking all-inclusive experience. Like, and you still have to go there. You have to buy shit, you have to buy clothes, you have to eat, whatever. There's just a lot. But yeah, that's very true.
And it's kind of like, I think if I didn't really grow up going to India as much, like I don't think I would really like want to go there as much. And you're right, like I think as we grow up as well, we just kind of are just like, you know, okay, we have India, we're from there. But then that kind of makes me sad as well, because it
makes me really sad. Yeah.
What are we going to do with like the next generation or whatever? Like for us, we had those experiences, and for them, they kind of like just don't get to like go back. Like, yeah, India is like, I think India, like we're going to go into, but like India is like a whole experience, you know?
It is a whole experience.
But I actually love people in India. Like they're so savage, but they're so like lovely. They are just like lovely in a savage way.
Yeah. And I feel like the only reason I think I have not a problem, but I struggle with India a little bit is like here we're so independent. Like we can drive everywhere. We can do everything everywhere. We have like a life. Like I can go outside by myself and it's not going to be an issue. But when I go back to India, like I don't have, like I can't be independent in India, and that's nobody's fault. Like I'm not saying fully it is the country. A part of it is the country, right? Like I personally, the way I talk, sorry, that was spitting, sorry. But the way I talk already, like people will know in a second that I'm not like, I don't live there, and that already just like puts like eyes on me that, you know, I'm not used to. But set that aside, like just operating in India is hard for me. Like I was telling her, I tell everybody this is the first thing I always say. I cannot cross the street in India by myself. I can't do it. Like, and at that might sound so stupid, but it scares the shit out of me. Like there's so many cars, there's so many people, they don't stop, they don't care. Like it's just hustle bustle. And again, that's not the country's fault. It's just I can't operate there. I can't take an Uber by myself and go do something. Again, that's my like how I get scared of it. That's not necessarily India itself. I think if you have the balls to do it, like I think you could do it, but I just can't. That's just not me.
I think I've gotten better with it. Like crossing the road was always a struggle. Okay, like
yeah, it's fucking hard.
Like I feel like we need to explain it, like because we just
I guess
idiotic.
Yeah,
like, what do you mean you can't cross a fucking road?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So when you're talking about like crossing a road, there's traffic coming from everywhere, right?
And they don't follow like lights. There's no like, if it's green all the time. If it's red, it's green when it's red. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but like there's no like, oh, let's wait for the pedestrians to cross it. Like, no, like they're, as soon as they see green, they're just going. As soon as they see a second to like drive, they're just gonna drive. At least in Mumbai. I don't know about like Delhi. I've never visited Delhi. I don't know about like those kind of states or cities. Cities, but yeah, like Mumbai itself is chaotic. Like, it's crazy. And then there's like people all around you. It's just very crowded, right? So that's another thing. And also like we're very spoiled here too, where it's just like you have your own space, you have your own bubble, and people respect that space and respect that bubble. It's not that they don't respect it, it's just they have different like customs, right? Like they're used to being like really close to each other and like stuff like that because they have things to do, they have whatever. We're not used to that, so it's just really hard to like work around it, you know? Yeah.
Crossing the road is just like something different. I feel like the life is just so fast paced that there is no time to think so much, you know? Like here I feel like we can like overthink so much and all of that. There it's like, well, if you do, you're literally left
just go.
Behind. Like people will leave you.
Yeah, so the culture is so different. Like I remember when we were it wasn't like last time I went to India, it was the time before that. Okay, so it's just like we went to a clothing shop and we were like we're trying lehengas on for one of my other cousins' weddings, and you know, whatever. I like my personal space. I don't like people touching me, being very close to me, anything like that. But it was like one of those like nicer like places, right? So I'm picking my lehenga, I pick my lehenga, and I'm like taking my lehenga in, and this guy goes, no, like you can't take your own lehenga in, like somebody has to take it for you. I'm like, no, like I'm good, I can take it in. And he's like, no, you can't. I'm like, okay, fine. And then he gives it to this girl. She has like my lehenga in her hands. We get to the door of the change room, and I was like, okay, like you can hand it over to me now, like, you know, whatever. And she's like walking into the change room with me, so I'm like, okay, like maybe it's just too big, she doesn't want me to hold it, whatever. And like she puts it down on the chair and she closes the door behind us. Okay, so I was like, am I trying this on? And she's like, yeah, take your clothes off. And I'm like, sorry? And she's like, take your clothes off, we gotta try the lehenga on, right? And obviously she's speaking in Hindi, and I'm like, oh, it's okay, I can do it myself. And she's like, no, you can't, like just do it. And I'm like, I don't know how many years ago now, it's been maybe like over maybe 10 years, actually 7-10 years, and I'm like this girl like in the changing room with this lady that I don't know who she is, and I'm like taking my clothes out in front of her, and like it's just so awkward. And then she puts the skirt on for me, she puts the blouse on for me, and I'm so uncomfortable. But like I don't want to be rude to her because like that's just she was so casual about it, she was like so normal about it. But for me, I'm like, oh, like there's this person in the change room, like I'm like, I'm not even wearing my best underwear, like it's just weird, you know what I mean?
You're like, I could do better, I swear.
I'm actually really cool, like I could do better. And then we come out, and then he's like, okay, Miss Canada, like what do you like? And I'm like, God, it's like in a second they know, they do things specific. It's just, yeah, it was just very uncomfortable. That's what I'm saying, like the culture is very different, how they do things is very different, and we're just not used to it. So when we go back, it's like a very big, like, as much as we're from there, it is a culture shock. But it is so nice there. I love being in India, but like I was telling you the other day, like I can only be there for 2 weeks. Like I don't think I could do like a whole month trip there. I think I would go a little bit bonkers.
You know what it is? I think if I go to India to actually travel to different places and see new things,
love it.
It's a different experience, right? Whereas for us, it's more so like, obviously we love seeing people and like we like to, you know, like socialize and do those things, but we kind of have only stayed in those places, you know? And that's not really like, we're not able to even explore anything. Like I was literally saying this the other day. Taj Mahal is one of the biggest places in India. It's the world famous, renowned place. Have we been there?
We've never been there.
What are we doing?
And you know, the other thing is, like, when we go back, like, as I said before, like, we usually go back for weddings or like big things like that. So when you're there, like, majority of the time, you're just shopping. Like, you're just trying to find fucking outfits. You're tailoring. You're doing all that stuff. So it's like you're either meeting family, you're finding outfits. There's no time to like experience India for like what it is. And you know what makes me kind of really sad too is just like since we've got, at least like as I've grown older, I'm gonna speak for myself, but as I've grown older, like my body has become a lot more resistant to Indian food and Indian like whatever. Like when we go back home, like if like we can't drink the water, like because we can't drink the water, if they don't make the water, if they don't make like pani puris on the street with like bottled water, we can't eat that stuff. Like it's just I know, but like it messes you up. Like at least it messes me up. Like my stomach gets so sensitive to it. So it's like you can't really experience things for what they actually are. I will say the last time I went, I got to do it, and it was just one night, but it was like one of my favorite nights ever. It's just like we just ate crazy food. It was so good. But yeah, like that's what's so annoying about it is like I don't think we can experience it for what it actually is. And like more than just, and I love our family. I love our family to death, and I love like the whole experience when we go back for weddings and stuff, but like I wish we could do more. And I hope we can do more this time we go around.
That's why I think our experience of India is very flawed as well, because all we know is like meeting our family and stuff like that, right? And shopping, like you said, and like, you know, you kind of feel like you're in a rush there all the time. So there's no time to really like enjoy anything. Like if you think about like how much just Mumbai has evolved over the last few just years, it's insane. But like have we seen a lot of that?
No.
We'll see when we're going places, or like we'll hear about it and maybe you have one night to like go see something or whatever it is. But actually like India is much more evolved even in their thinking and stuff. But all we know are the small parts of it, which like, you know, like
our circle
and that's a very flawed perception of India, because yeah, okay, maybe the streets are still not the greatest. Like in terms of streets, I mean like crossing the road and stuff like that is not the greatest in a lot of places, but like it's evolved. Like
it has evolved, yeah.
And the convenience in India is insane. Like it's not customer service, like, you know, people just like helping you out. Like, yeah, you know, the
it's a lot better than here.
Yeah. Here it actually sucks. Like people don't care and they want tips for everything, you know. And there it's like you give them something and they're like so grateful for it. You just know that you're like, you want to give it to them. You know, like you want to like help out, you want to do something. So like I think, and also just having conversations with them. Like I fuck around with people when I'm there all the time. They know I'm Canadian and I'll be like, yeah, I'm Canadian, and what, you're still gonna scam me? Like, you know what I mean? Like I think it's like what you make out of it, but also we have a very flawed perception of it, just because all we see is like, okay, going to Mumbai now, okay, now we just landed, okay, now we have to go shopping though we don't have time, you know. And like because all our experiences are like just the same thing, like I think if we actually go there as just travelers who are trying to see like certain places, like, you know, like Rajasthan or like, you know, like like unreal. That's a dream. You know what I mean? Like, and India has so much culture and heritage that like we have not like witnessed.
Well, because also the other thing is like our families live in the like cities and stuff like that, so we don't really get to experience unless we go like back home from where we're like originally from. Like we don't get to experience like the cult, like the history of it, or we don't get to experience like the actual culture, you know. Like at the end of the day, we experience the fast culture, that like you said, like where people don't have a moment all the time to just stop and like take it in, you know. I will say we are very privileged though, because when we go back, I mean, as much as we don't always want it, but we do get a lot of attention. Like we get a lot of like people want to, I don't know if that's everyone's experience, but people want to talk to you. People want to like have that thing only because you are from like a different country or whatever.
And I milk the shit out of that. I'm like, yeah, I want to talk to you too. Let's like learn about each other, you know? Like, and it's so much fun because like they're so open. And I think that's why like, I think tourism in India is like amazing I know we're going into like something different, but like I'm just saying for a little bit. Okay,
Brief intermission.
yeah. I think tourism in India is like it's evolving so much because of how open and like interested they are in other people's like lives.
I agree.
Which it can be a problem. We'll go into that as well. But they're very, very interested in like, you know, understanding like someone else's culture, or like for tourists specifically, like they want to know more about them, you know, and they'll ask very invasive questions, but also they're asking it not out of like, actually, I don't know why they're asking.
I feel like they're also very like no bullshit kind of people. I think like they don't give a shit always about like what people think and whatever. Like one of the examples is like at our like your my cousin, your brother's engagement. Do you remember like the whole time? So I don't think I speak Hindi with an accent. Like I really don't. Like cuz my mouth can't go another way anymore. Like I can't speak Hindi differently. So for me, it's like there's no accent, like, because it's just how I speak, right? But obviously, I have an accent. And our little cousin, who was what age at that time? Like, he was maybe like,
Actually, I think he was like 7 or 8.
yeah, like he was young, or like 10. Like, I think 10 is like the oldest that he could have been.
Yeah.
Whole night bullied the shit out of me. Like, thought it was the funniest thing in the world. Like, that I couldn't speak Hindi the way it was. But that's just a part of like how they are, and it's so fun, and it's like that's what I like. It's just I like it, but I did hate it that night, not gonna lie, because like every second I spoke a word he would like make fun of me. But it's just how they are. They don't give a shit, but they also care in a way where it's like they want to learn about you, but it's like they do judge. I'll say that they are very judgmental, but like it's just funny. Like they're just funny. You know, like I feel like people are very like sensitive here sometimes, and I think back there they're just like, all right, I don't get it. Okay, like what do you want me to do about it? You know, and that's sometimes very refreshing to like go back to and look at too. So yeah, but I hope he doesn't make fun of me this time around.
He might.
He probably will.
Yeah. That's okay.
It's fine.
We'll have another episode where we'll talk about her traumas again.
We'll talk about how I got bullied again. But yeah. Okay, let's get into stories. I really want to hear stories. I mean, I want them to hear some of the stories that we've like experienced. But yeah. Like this and walking. Oh shit, sorry.
Fuck.
Yikes.
Anyways,
but you hold
keep
pinkies
that fucking finger away from me,
and you sway. They sway as
just,
they're
like,
walking.
like, so you don't hold hands, only pinkies, because pinkies means friends. Hold hands means romantic.
Yeah,
I just made that up, but I think that's.
I think that's the vibe.
Yeah.
Also, you know what? What's really funny? So before I moved to Canada, like pinky to us is like butt, like your butt, right? Oh. Like your pinky.
I thought it was pingun.
Pinkan. No, but you also say pinky. Like you go
for girls.
I don't know. I think it's like a baby thing. Like it's like baby, like kids say it, or like pinky, pinky, shame, 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 shame. Like you know what I'm saying. Anyways, pinky for me was butt. So when I first heard somebody go pinky promise, I was like,
oh yikes!
I was like,
can you imagine? You just go.
That's kind of cute though. That's really cute.
Yeah.
You just jump into each other and you go.
We should start that.
Oh my god, big booty energy. Yeah.
Full circle.
Whoa. Crazy.
Whoa.
But yeah.
That's actually really cute.
It is really cute.
Like even for grown women, I think that's cute.
What?
If you kind of just
butt bump.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is really cute. It's fun, like, but like it doesn't make sense in terms of like a promise.
It could. Why does it have to be that like you're
locking it in? Yeah.
Yeah. So you lock it in when you hit bump.
But you're not locking. You're pushing them apart. Because you're bumping and you fly in different directions.
Fly.
Like a proper, a solid.
Oh, like
butt
an
bump.
Actual,
yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
You're going in different directions.
Anyways.
Also, can I just talk about how no girl in Mumbai walking around wears makeup?
Yeah.
Like,
actually, I've seen it for girls that live in like the city areas, you know, the bougie areas of Mumbai. I think like I've seen it more with them.
But like regular girls, oh my god, it's like something in the water for them does something for them. You know what's so funny? So
do you ever break out when you're in Mumbai?
I can't remember. Probably not enough for me to like be upset about it if I can't remember.
Right.
Do you?
No. I feel like it has something to do with
the
like,
water.
Yeah. Also, when I went to Mexico, I didn't break out too. It's just
International waters.
fucking water here.
I heard that when you move to Toronto, like the water messes you up for a bit.
But
Like your
we've been
hair
here
and
for
stuff.
a while, so.
No, like
Oh, you
city.
mean the city?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like my sister-in-law, she had to the water was too hard, so you have to like do a filtered. I think I'm not sure.
Yeah, but one of the things was when I went to India, they're not, at least my uncle, he's not used to like girls wearing makeup all the time. So the only time they wear makeup is literally to just like go to like an event, like go to a wedding or something. I used to wear makeup every day because valid, that's how I live my life. I wear makeup every time I'm outside my house. And he looked at me and he's just like, why are you wearing so much makeup? Like, do you need makeup? Like, what? And I'm like, do I need makeup? Like, okay. And he's like, how come your skin's like that? Oh, I don't know.
Thanks, bud.
If I knew, it would be taken care of. So, I don't really know. But yeah, it's really funny. But yeah, like barely, like, I don't think, like, our cousin who moved here, before she moved here, I don't think she wore a lot of makeup. Even now, I don't think she wears a lot of makeup. I think she like only puts like powder or something on, or like, I don't think she wears like a full face of makeup.
I mean, that's like, I think that's just like people are different, and like some people just don't wear makeup like as often or whatever, and like they're just like, because they have like,
she has beautiful skin
and
too, yeah.
she like really takes care of her skin, right? So like, yeah, it might be that.
But yeah,
some people are
it's
just
crazy.
blessed with good skin.
Facts.
And I think, yeah, like in India, you'll see a lot of just like natural skin,
like no makeup skin. But then anyways, the reason I brought it up is because oh my god, so it's so crazy how unfazed they are to like the people there. Like they walk like they're not scared. They're literally, but to be fair, like that's their everyday life. Like what are they going to be scared of, you know? Like for us it's scary because we're not used to it. But
you mean in terms of like crossing the street and shit?
Not only crossing the street, just like men in general. Like you can see shit happen or men do things and they're just like, okay, and they just like walk. They live their best lives. They're blocking everything out. They're fine. And they're so fucking hardcore. Like rickshaw people to like all those people who are like really annoying sometimes, like they say it to their face. Like it's insane. They're so bold. I love it. Women in India, kudos to you, because it's a hard place to live for sure.
Yeah, I think it's like a cutthroat kind of environment.
100%.
Like, so if you don't actually just like either choose to avoid it or you're just like straight up about whatever you're thinking, then you're kind of, it's another thing where you're kind of like left behind, like, because you know someone else is getting what they want or deserve just because they're voicing their opinion, you know, whereas like it should be the same thing everywhere in the world, I think, but in India I think you have to fight for it more.
Yeah,
like
I agree.
Here a lot of things are just like we do it because we just are, it's assumed that you're gonna do something, you know, but like I think there it's kind of like, no, like they're not going to just do it. You have to actually ask for it.
Ask for it, yeah. But yeah, we have a lot of bomb-ass, badass, cool-ass women in that country.
I know.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah. Do you have any like other stories?
Okay, so this story happened quite a long time ago, and it was chaotic. Okay. And we've had discussions about this story for a lot of our lives because everybody thinks a portion of it is fake and not real, which is what fake means. But like, I know my truth and I know this happened, and my cousin who was involved with it with me in it, she backs me. So
it's because you have fed this in her brain for years.
Because it's the truth. Like, I told her what happened. She's like, no, that did happen. The truth is the truth. Like, what do you want me to do at it?
Listen, she cannot back up her story when you're not around. When it's just her, she's like, yeah, I don't really know, like, what.
Well, you know what we need to do? So, like, our grandma...
We need to have an intervention is what we need to do.
Okay, whatever. Our grandma's coming back. The grandma who's involved in this story, she's coming this year. So we need to confirm with her what actually happened.
Okay.
And she will back me up. Okay, anyways. So, this is a really gloomy crazy day in India, okay? Let me set the scene. It's
Wow.
kind of gloomy. It's gray. Clouds are in, rolling in.
Yeah. Do you hear some rumbling?
Not yet.
Okay.
So right now it's kind of quiet. I mean, other than like Indian traffic and stuff, like exactly. Other than that, you know, the whole family is traveling over to our aunt's house because she's having a puja, and a puja is like a religious ceremony, I guess, to like bless whatever they're blessing. I can't remember what they were. I don't know if they were blessing a house. I don't know if they were blessing a kid. I have no idea. So everyone's here. My mom stayed home for, I don't know why she stayed home, with like her parents, like her family. And me, my dad's mom, my other grandma, and like a few other aunts, like we all went. It was all great, whatever. The puja's over. It's coming to a close and the rumbling comes up. Okay. We hear some grrr along with the traffic. We already know this is going to be bad. So, you know, we decide, okay, it's probably time to go home now because, you know, it's looking crazy outside. And it starts pouring. Like pouring, not like Canada pouring, like fucking pouring. Like India monsoon season, flood, like that kind of pouring. Like it is raining like crazy. Like it was bad. It was so bad that we're like, okay, it doesn't make sense for us to take like a rickshaw back. It doesn't make sense to take a taxi back because it's probably going to like flood the streets and people are going to be like rushing home, whatever. This is also on a work day. So even crazy. I think it was a work day. I don't know. It was a day that like, I'm pretty sure it was a work day, but it was a day that there was going to be a lot of traffic. It's also rush hour. And it's also the hour that everybody's having the exact same thought as we are. Maybe we shouldn't take rickshaws. Maybe we shouldn't take taxis. So everybody runs to the train. Okay. So
I love how you're building this story up.
Guys, it's chaotic. It's chaotic. Okay. So we're on this, we're getting the train. At this point, I don't know if things are different now in India, but at this point, like they're each box. So like each, like, I don't know what is, they're not boxes, like
compartments of the train,
I guess. Yeah. Like each, like, you know, on the, TTC, how there's like the doors that separate like each like I don't know. Yeah. I guess compartment. Each compartment's different. So they have like a woman's compartment. They have a man's compartment. I don't know if they have like a family. I don't think they have a family compartment, but they have them separated. And I think it's like for the safety of women, which is great. I don't know if things are different, whatever, but they have these like separated compartments. So my dad's the only guy with us at this point, and he can't jump on the train with us because he has a different compartment. So my grandmas decide, okay, we'll take the kids and you jump on your compartment. It is so busy. It is so scary. Like it's like we're all packed as sardines trying to get on this train. My dad's on another thing. Like he's already panicking, I think. And he jumps on by himself. And all the women, which is like probably six of us with two kids, or 4 to 6 of us with 2 kids, are on like the women's train, but we can't like breathe. Like we're like this close to each other. Me and my cousin are like this short. Like we're at this point like under like 10 years old, under 10. Alrighty. Okay. We're kind of back and things might be a little bit different. But we had a few technical difficulties, but we're back and we're better than ever.
When you say better than ever, it kind of sounds like better than never.
Better than ever. I need to enunciate more.
Okay, that wasn't like I'm not saying that.
But I'm just saying I do need to enunciate. But I'm sorry if I repeat a few things because I don't really know where I stepped or I got off. But I think I was saying how like we were really small. But yeah, we were really small, packed as sardines in this freaking train, and we're trying to get through this train because like we're trying to all stick together. We also all have to get off at different stops because like they live in different like cities or whatever. So my aunt somehow makes it off. My like the other 2 get off. My grandma makes it off. She breaks her glasses in the thing because there's like so many freaking people and stuff. My little cousin, she's not my little cousin, but she was little. We're like trying to get through. This woman who is like a grown woman, but she's she's the height of us, I guess. Like she bit my cousin to try to get through. We're screaming, okay, because she bit her and bit her on a train, okay? And it's normal. Like she tried to get through. She bit her. It was fine. It was whatever. My grandma's just holding us close to her. Like it was chaos.
Can you imagine? She bit a child, but like whatever, that's like fine. Like whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like she's just trying to get through, and it was normal that she bit a child. Okay. So, anyways, our stop comes. We are unable to get off at our stop because there's so many people trying to get out and trying to get in at the exact same time. There's no like, you know how in like Toronto, like when the doors open, first of all, there's no doors. It's just fucking open. But when the doors open, the people inside come out first and then the people from outside come. No. It's just everyone's for themselves. You make it out, you do, you don't, right? My grandma's screaming, trying to get us through to the front. Nobody's letting us through, and these people are trying to get on, and we missed our stop. Okay, because we can't get off because like she's taking care of 2 kids. I don't know if she had glasses that broke. I can't remember what happened with that, but she's just trying to take care of 2 kids on the subway, which is like insane. Finally, somehow we get off at the next train station. By the luck of whatever, me and my cousin crying. My grandma's holding 2 crying children, like walking through the station. And this cop stops us. My dad thinks it's because the cop thought that we were getting kidnapped by our grandma because we were hysterically sobbing, and she had no way to contact. I think she dropped her phone or she broke her phone in the process. She had no way to contact my dad. My dad didn't know where we were because we didn't get off at the fucking stop we were supposed to get off at. And this cop woman, nice cop woman, she stops us and she's like, "Is everything okay?" Like whatever. My grandma's like profusely like trying to explain like these are my kids, like whatever. And the grandma looks at me and I'm just like, I just want to talk to my dad. Let me talk to my dad. And which is probably another reason why she thought we were kidnapped, because she's like, why is she screaming for her dad if this is your child? But yeah, so we called my dad and we got him. My grandma like knew who to call or whatever. We're both sobbing. We found him. My dad's like, okay, just go to your house, like whatever. But we didn't know where we were. So this is the part of the story that everybody holds against me, and
so
we've been discussing.
Now your dad is at the other station, right?
So they decide that we're gonna go to my grandma's house. So we're gonna go to our cousin's, whatever. We're gonna go to her house. My dad was gonna get a rickshaw from his station when it was a little bit like better outside. The weather was a little bit better. He was gonna come there, pick us up from there, and bring us home. That was what the plan was. Okay, so he wasn't with us. Nothing was with us. My grandma's at the station. She doesn't know where we are. Okay. So this is where the story gets, everyone's like, you're lying. It didn't happen. Okay. So this lady, so we're there. Okay. She doesn't know where we are. Out of nowhere, this lady, all dressed in white, beautiful woman, like angelic. And she is stunning, like beautiful. Okay. She's really young. And she's at the station. She goes, out of nowhere. We've never seen her before. She goes, oh, like, are you lost or whatever? My grandma's like, yeah, like, I have no idea where we're going. She's like, where are you trying to go? And my grandma, like, tells her the area. And she's like, okay, like, I'll show you where, because it's really funny. Like, I'm going in the same direction. So my grandma goes, okay, cool. Like, that's great. Like, let's go together, whatever. So she walks the side of the station. We find these, like, rickshaws, whatever. It's still raining like crazy.
To go into a rickshaw with this random
woman. It's
that
crazy.
Just spoke.
Yeah.
Just saying, oh, I'm going to the same place. Like, I'd be like, okay.
Absolutely not.
Good for you.
But it's also like India. Like, it's also like, I think that they're very like,
you can
community.
Still get scammed. Like, what are you talking about?
No, 100%.
Especially with like 2 little kids and stuff like that.
No, but that's what I'm saying. It's like very community. I think she trusted that it was going to be okay, right? So, and we're lost. She had no other way of like getting home. She didn't know what we were doing. So she takes us out. She walks us to like this place. We find a rickshaw, and like amongst all this chaos, we find a rickshaw, which is like crazy in general. So we get in this rickshaw. The lady's sitting here. My grandma's in the middle. I'm sitting on my grandma's lap. I don't want to keep calling my little cousin, but my cousin's sitting beside me. So we're driving, and my grandma still doesn't know where we are. This lady, I don't know if they were talking. I don't remember that part. But then my grandma goes, like, she starts to recognize the area that she's in. So she goes, she's like, oh my gosh, like I finally recognize where we are. Like, and like it was like a sigh, like a breath of fresh air. She was like really excited about it. She was really happy. She said it out loud. This lady is sitting beside us, and we're at this point, traffic, right? Like chaos. So we're in the middle of like complete traffic. This is very important. In the middle of complete traffic, to the point where like cars are right beside us. We're not moving. Okay. And this girl goes, oh, like, no way. Like, this is actually where I need to get off. Okay. And we're like, weird. Like, why do you need to get off here? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, she didn't say anything until my grandma said, hey, like, I recognize this area. So she's like, we need to get off. My grandma's like, okay, like, maybe just wait. Like, we'll get off somewhere or whatever. She's like, no, like, I need to get off. And so we're like, okay. And we're stopped anyway. So it wasn't like anything. So she gets out of the rickshaw. Packed. This road is packed, guys. Okay. So as I said, I'm sitting on my grandma's lap. I decide, I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to move over to the space. And I love this lady, as I said, angelic. So I'm deciding, like, I'm going to turn, like, she didn't say bye. So I'm like going to look out of the rickshaw to say bye to her and like wave at her. I look out of the rickshaw. She's gone. Nowhere to be found. She wasn't there. Traffic. Ultimate traffic. And sliding from your grandma's lap to the seat beside her is not like a 3-minute task, like where somebody can like just scurry out of the traffic and like go out and like it was 0.2 seconds. I just slid over, like her leg was coming out of the rickshaw and I slid over and I sat down and I turned around. She was not there. So the part of the story that everybody thinks is not real is that I think she was like somebody that came out of nowhere just to save us. Like I think she was like
an angel, you might say.
Angelic, yes. An angelic angel. But I truly think like she was like a magical being because like it's just a series of events. It didn't make sense. It didn't make sense.
Okay. I think the reason why we're not going to go into a whole blown discussion about this because this is supposed to be about India. But the whole thing is that, okay, there was traffic. First of all, they're like, she's a kid. Okay. At this point. So like, it's not to like disregard your kid years, but
yeah.
But like when you're a kid, you kind of like imagine things as well. And like when you look around, like the thing in India's traffic is that, yeah, you kind of don't move. It's hard like with cars. But I think people can maneuver out of places really quickly because you kind of have to because there's traffic everywhere.
But what I'm saying is it was 0.2 seconds. Like there was no like it wasn't like
what if she just went to the other side of the rickshaw and just like
didn't.
went?
I know she did. Like I just had this feeling. Also, can I also say I was a child, right? This was one of the most traumatic experiences that I've ever had in my life. Like I thought I was gonna fucking strangle to death. Like I was scared and I didn't know. Also, it probably wasn't as crazy, but that's what I felt because that's not where I was from. It was very traumatic. So in that moment, I saw something happen. My story has not changed from the time that I was freaking 8 years old till now. It's been the exact same. Like I couldn't forget that and I couldn't make that up. Like it actually happened. And she was fucking gone. The only other thing that could have happened for her to disappear so fast is for her to jump in another rickshaw. Like jump into something that I couldn't see her. Like there was just no way she would have gone that quickly. Like you don't like I slid.
Did you look the other side?
I investigated. I did investigate. I didn't run to the other side of the rickshaw to check if she was there, obviously. Okay. But I did investigate whether she was there or not, and she was not there. And I'm telling you, she just had this aura about her. Like my cousin remembers. We'll check in with our grandma and get back to you in a couple months. But she just had this like, it was just too convenient for her to be like, as soon as my grandma said, I recognize this area. Okay, I'm done. Goodbye. Do you know what I mean? Like it was just too convenient.
Maybe because it was such a traumatic day for you. You made this like your brain is protecting you from this really traumatic experience. So your brain was like, oh, but there was actually goodness in this day. Like even if it was traumatic, there was this person who,
my brain's
like,
really complex and is so
at 8 years
so proud
old.
of it.
At 8 years
old,
look at that.
I'm so proud of it.
You know, like you. I don't know. Obviously, like, we don't know what it was when you were there and stuff. But you can see how it can feel like if we weren't there. So it feels like
she just got out and she left.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Like, it's India. Like, things are moving fast. Like, you never know, like, you know, where people are going, what they're doing. Especially if she knew, like, the roads and, like, just, like, the way of life there. I think you're, like... You don't have time to like wait around.
Well, if she's real, which I know she's not, but if she's real and she's watching this, reach out to us.
No, don't.
Reach out to us. And you're a great woman that you came all the way out there just for us. So thank you for that.
Yeah. She's watching from above.
Because she is not
'Cause
real and
she's
she's a
an
spirit
angel.
and she's an angel.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was my story. We got home. I was sobbing. I lost almost everything in my bag, but I had my bag, and it was one of my favorite. I still have the bag, by the way.
It's good.
Yeah, what a day. That was my story.
I feel like a lot of the stories from India, they have a lot to do with like traffic.
Yeah, my trauma with traffic. Maybe that's why I didn't want to drive for so long.
Yikes.
Oh my God. We need a psychologist. Maybe they'll tell us like what's wrong and like what actually happened that day.
Yeah.
And like maybe that's my like traffic trauma.
Your traffic trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of stories do have to like relate to traffic, people,
Uncomfortability.
yeah. The food is a fucking bomb there.
Unreal, yeah.
That is something that India's experience is just food. Yeah, like I think the food there is amazing. I actually don't really gain weight when I go to India for whatever reason.
Well, we also move a lot when we're there. Like we're walking.
Yeah, like you're actually really, really, and you're like, I feel like I'm sweating there all the time. So even if it's December or January or whatever the fuck, I still am sweating at all times. So, you know, I think we just lose a lot of calories with that. So even if I'm eating a lot, I'm not really gaining weight. It was kind of the same thing in Thailand for me as well. Because I didn't, there was a lot of movement. Even though I was legit eating fried rice, like probably every meal. Yeah. But like I was not gaining any weight.
Fried rice isn't bad for you though. It's rice.
It's a lot of carbs.
Yeah, but watch Level Up Performance. He'll tell you that it doesn't. Carbs aren't bad.
No, I know. Level Up. But if that's all you're eating,
maybe.
You know what I mean? Like it can be a little bad, I think.
Should phone a friend and confirm.
Level Up.
Hello. Set it straight right now. But yeah, I feel you.
One of my most memorable instances in life has always been like when I was young and I was hanging out with my cousin. And so we were chilling at my grandma's house, okay?
Which cousin is this? Why was it not me?
You weren't in India.
Okay, well.
Yeah, okay.
Continue. Anybody who's not me in your stories, but whatever.
Cousin should always be me.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, so we were at my grandma's house and like we were just like playing. So that's a normal thing we always did, like go upstairs like kids.
Yeah.
You know how kids play? Yeah, we were doing that. So yeah, like we went downstairs and we were just like running around and stuff. We went to this other building, okay, that's across the street from where we were. So we go to this where all the cars and stuff are, and so we're like, oh, let's like sit on this bike, okay? Because like we want to act like we're fucking bikers, okay? I don't know why we did it. I guess it's for that. So I think, I don't know who it was. We both sat on it, and the fucking the stick that
the stand,
that holds it up just breaks. The thing, we're both on it. I think we're both on it, or one of us is on it, and it falls to the ground. The fucking mirror breaks. I don't know what other parts of it was broken, because at that point we were just in shock. So then someone fell. I think it was me. I don't know. Or maybe it was both of us. We didn't get hurt that much, right? And so we're like, oh, fuck. And then the security guard comes and he's like, what are you doing? And whatever in Hindi, right? And my cousin, and I'm just there like frozen. I don't know what to do. I'm like, I surrender, you know? And my cousin, yeah. And my cousin was like, run. And so we book it. We run.
That's funny.
We run all the way back to our building.
Okay.
This man is following us.
Obviously.
We're kids. You shouldn't follow us.
You should, because you fucking broke somebody's bike. Like, hello?
So we run all the way to our building. We knock on the door aggressively. Grandma opens it. We rush in. Okay. Also at this point, also one of our uncles is there as well. So then we just go into the room. You know the room that's all the way down?
The big room.
Yeah. So we go into the room and we're just sitting there. And we're just like, oh my God.
What are we just doing? We
What
committed
are
a
we
crime.
doing? And we're like, he didn't follow us all the way here. Like, he doesn't know.
Yeah.
You know? Fucking, we hear a knock. Okay.
Yeah.
And my grandma goes to the door. And then my uncle comes in a little bit after. And he's like, so did something happen? And then I'm just like, and then I'm not, first of all, I'm a pussy. Okay. Like, also when I was a kid I didn't talk, so like it was a problem all
combination
throughout. Yeah. So I'm just sitting there and I'm just like, I don't know what to say to anyone, you know. And then I think eventually the security guard found out where we were because he recognized the cousin from like before, because she usually is like playing around there and stuff like that.
She technically used to live there for a bit.
Yeah. And then we found out that this bike was her friend's dad's bike.
Is that good or is that bad?
I think it was good for us because like he was like, oh,
well, it's her. Like, there's nothing else.
Yeah, but he was kind of like, oh, fuckers, you know. But like, what are you gonna do? You know. I think we got lucky with that, obviously, but we were so scared though. And it was just it's such a funny story now because like I just remember the security guard like running after us.
He's running for his life.
Yeah, and then we're like, oh no, he's never gonna catch us. We're so good. And like we get to the house and we're like, okay, like we're horrible people, but like it's fine, you know, like whatever. And then my grandma's mad at us. My uncle's like annoyed by us. You know, he's also mad at us.
Like, you know, honestly, if it's an best case scenario, I think like who to get mad at you is like your like uncle and your grandma. Like, as long as your parents are not mad at you, ideal. Like, because your uncle and grandma can't be mad at you for long. Like, they can just be like, oh, shame on you. You did that. And then it's over.
Yeah. I have no recollection of my parents even knowing about it. I don't know if they knew about it. But either way, it was like one of the it's not a good memory for like whoever's bike we broke, but for us it was like a really good time where we bonded a lot over running away from a security guard.
I love that for you. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
that's so funny. I think one of my best moments in India was like Holi. Like, I had one Holi there and it was like freaking intense. I feel like we should be, no, we can't be ever, really. I don't think we'll ever be in India during her Holi.
No, but I think we could, like, or I don't know if they have too many of those like things here.
They have like color runs and stuff.
Yeah, but I mean specifically for Holi though. Yeah, I'm pretty sure in Mississauga or something they probably have it.
They probably do. I think we should go to one because it's fun. That's the thing.
Because if you go with your crew, it's fun.
It's such
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
if you're going just like fucking two people going and like it's a crowd of people, like it's not fun.
Yeah. Because I remember the last time I went to Holi was when I was like a kid. Like, we were really, really young and like just playing around and having a good time. But can you imagine like as an adult? It'd be pretty sick.
I've never been there for a festival.
Diwali?
No.
I don't think I have either, actually. I've been there for New Year's.
Yeah, that doesn't.
But that doesn't
I mean,
really...
like Indian like festival.
Yeah, no.
Because they're fun. Like
they
the
are
traditional really like holidays and like the festivals that they have, they're fun.
Yeah, I agree. Weddings in India, oh my god, unreal. Yeah,
it's a vibe.
I feel like I can't wait for the day that we're like old enough to like afford it to just go to India to just travel.
India is not expensive. It's like as if you're planning to go to Thailand.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
But it's like flying there that is expensive. Like, it's
thing
just
with Thailand and any place in Asia, I guess.
But when I say rich enough, I just mean like I like financially, right? Like enough where it's just like, oh, it's somebody's wedding. We can go to their wedding and go to India to travel. And also have like the flexibility from like work to do it. I think that'll be the ideal life where you could be like, I can go to India 3 times and one of them can be a wedding. The other one can be to travel. The other one can be to see family. You know what I mean? Like, that's an ideal thing.
I want to go to like Goa. Like, have you ever been to Bangalore?
I think we've been there for like a couple days.
Yeah.
But I don't think we've like
But not,
experienced
like,
Bangalore.
I mean, like, not with your parents.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's a different vibe. Because
Yeah, it is.
Bangalore, Goa, like, these are all, like, where
Party
the younger people
destinations.
go and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So it's a different vibe. And I think that's when you really, like, get to see, like, how much evolved it is, like how much they, like, it's just so different than like the perception of like conservative like India.
I feel like that's what I can't wait till like we like it comes to the point where we're like having friends over to India and stuff like that. That's when we go to like Goa. You go to like, but I didn't know Bangalore was like party until like she's my sister-in-law too, I guess. Yes. Yeah, my sister-in-law.
That was so cute. My sister-in-law.
But until like I knew her and her experiences, I didn't know like Bangalore was like a party city. But I guess it is. Goa. So
Goa, like everyone
knows Goa. I want to go to Goa so bad.
Me too. Like, have you ever been?
No.
I went there with my family when I was so young. So obviously that experience is completely different than like what it actually has to offer.
Yeah. You know what's so wild? Do you remember in Dubai, like did you have Goan friends in Dubai? I feel like there were a lot of Goans in Dubai.
No, I had only Kerala.
Interesting.
Peeps.
So I had a lot of Goan friends in Dubai, and they have this dessert that I've craved since I was like 7 years old. It's called bibink. Okay, Goan friends, if you're fucking listening, somebody send me some bibink, bro.
Bibink,
bro. It's like this layered. Like, do you remember? Have you seen the pancake dessert?
Sorry, I'm searching it up.
Please do. Have you seen the pancake dessert that's like multiple layers of pancakes? Or like crepes, it's like a cake.
Oh, yeah.
And when you cut it, you can see like all the layers. So bibink is not that, but it looks like it. But it's like this like, I don't know how to explain it, but I didn't even know if there's like Goan restaurants in Ontario. I've never seen that before, but oh my God, it's the most delicious dessert I've ever had in my life. Well, not in my life, but like, it's just something I've craved since I was 7 and I've never had it again. It is delicious. And like whoever used to make it in Dubai, like I think it was like this girl's mom.
So it's made of coconut milk, eggs, butter, and flour.
Wow.
And then I guess they put it in each layer.
Yeah. But it's unreal. Like, I don't know if my friend's mom used to, you remember? I don't know if
I do.
Yeah. But I don't know if her mom used to make it. She's the OG best friend. But I don't know if her mom used to make it or they used to get it from somewhere. But oh my God. It was crazy. We also need to talk about Dubai. I have so many stories from Dubai.
I don't think I have that many stories from Dubai.
I have a story with you from Dubai.
Which one?
The dosa story.
Dosa story?
Yeah.
What's a dosa story?
I'll tell you after because I'm not going to tell the story now.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell it again.
Makes sense.
But yeah. Anyways, if anybody knows where to get bibink, tell me because
yeah,
I need some bibink in my life.
Yeah, it looks bomb.
I think I've tried it once since then, but it was like
didn't hit the spot.
It was like somebody who
didn't really know what they were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was okay, but it wasn't like the best thing I've ever had.
Yeah.
But I wonder if like it's one of those things that it's like, you know, when you're a kid, it's like amazing. And then you try it and you're an adult, it doesn't hit the same.
Yeah.
I hope not. But it was good. Like I'm not going to say it wasn't good. It just, I don't think it was as good as it could have been. That's it. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But we hope that was like something.
And you shared some experiences with us.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, not exactly the same. I hope not, because that was fucking terrifying. Some of it was a little bit traumatizing.
Yeah, but also maybe you saw an angel, and then you can kind of like leave a comment down below.
Tell us about your angel experiences.
Yeah, like, and if you don't have one, make one up.
Tell us your angel numbers. 222 444. Which one?
What the hell is that?
If you have angel numbers.
Okay.
Yeah. Mine is 7.
I'm sorry.
7.
Like, what is this?
I don't really know what they are, but 7 is my favorite number, so I'm guessing my angel number is 777.
You can't. I don't think you could just choose it.
I don't know. We'll find out.
I love 7, so 7 is my angel number.
But it is an angel number, like 777.
Yeah, but like, do you just get to choose it?
Well, I guess it's like whatever calls you, right? Like it's an angel number.
What type of stuff is this? It calls you from where?
Like you feel like you can like connect to it.
Did she give you 777 vibes?
Probably.
Yeah, that's
she gave me angel vibes.
Angel vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cute. I'm happy you had an angel experience.
Me too.
Yeah. But also, if you have any experiences of going to India, visiting India. Also, if anyone's watching from India and you want to just like hate us a little bit, that's fine too.
We love you though.
Yeah, we love you and we love India. Like I will always like love going to India. We obviously have recently only been going when like there's weddings or something, so it's a very different experience compared to what we would want it to be.
One day we'll have that experience too, though.
Yeah, I hope so, because I think India is beautiful and there's so much to see there, and the people are savagely amazing.
Oh, in the best ways.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah.
Yeah, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and BBE. Always BBE.
Always remember BBE for whatever in life, and also follow us on
ALMST there on Instagram.
Yeah, and that's all for now.
Thank you for watching. Bye.